Oh, hey there, kiddos. Looks like you found your dad's anime stash. And this one's going to be a good one. This week, we're going to be reviewing the classic anime, Btoom. And we'll find out if it was a dud or the bomb.
You can't
With
say
me-
that shit without laughing.
I know, it's hard. With me, as always, is, Uncle Barry, who we only see on the holidays.
Yeah. Just
And,
Christmas.
Uncle Mark, who
What up?
gives you his old video game consoles.
Yeah, I'm cool like that.
We also have
But only
special-
only like the really obscure ones, like ColecoVision.
ColecoVision is the most obscure. It's
I don't-
whatever. It's the best ever.
Like nothing good, but like now, like when there's like a PS7, I'm like, here's a ColecoVision. You're like, what the fuck is this shit?
And who's this? A special guest.
Hey everyone, Adrian here. How's everybody doing?
Better than Barry.
Are you talking to us?
Always better than
Yeah, I was
Barry.
talking to y'all. I was like, nobody gonna respond. That's cool. Get me.
Sorry,
whatever.
we're a very non-trusting people. It takes us a while.
I didn't know if you were talking to us or the fans, or it's hard to keep track.
What's fucked up is
Everything.
I was expecting someone to say hi back.
Yeah, I was
Well,
waiting for
fans.
it. No one said anything. I was like, okay, cool.
But yeah, what's worse is that you expected someone to say hi back, but then your own brain went, but not me.
I expected the fans to say hi back, and I was like, wait a second.
We
So
do our
live
best. We do our best to
Yeah.
make the guest feel comfortable and very welcome. Are we doing good so far?
Wonderful.
So, Adrian, why don't you tell us exactly what Btoom is about?
Btoom. Since I just watched it today, I got at first when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is about to be a SAO type thing. I don't know. This looked like an Isekai anime whenever I saw like the gaming and everything, but it looks more like, I would say, in the Hunter x Hunter, do you remember, I forgot the arc when they were trying to get the badges?
You're barking up a
Yeah.
weird tree. We got
That's-
1 out of 3 on this one.
That's what that's where I was going when they were trying to get the badges and everything. That's where I thought of when I first saw this. I thought of like that mixed with a Squid Games, and it looked like an interesting anime.
It's Squid Game mixed with Sword Art Online.
I'm really impressed that you danced around what the anime was about.
Yeah, because I was gonna. Okay, it's about the gaming. Like well, it's not really a game. Like it's hard to tell. It's not they're not in a game, but they're going to go play a game. That's why I compared it to the Squid Games type deal. So they get lost on an island. They gotta murder each other. That whole deal. Y'all could probably do a better explanation than I did. Because
All right, I'll say I got this.
Mark,
so,
no. Let Barry
No.
take it. Let's see his
Wanna
take on this.
No, don't look at another screen. Don't read the description.
I was
Look at
trying
me.
to,
Look
damn
at me. Look at me.
it. God, your eyes are so beautiful.
I know. Now tell me what you know.
So this is the way I saw is when fandoms go wrong. Starts off with a character who's really my light shut off. Okay, so it's about when the number one player in Japan for this game that comes out, everyone's freaking out about, gets I'm gonna say kidnapped and forced onto an island, kind of battle royale style, where everyone's equipped with bombs and they've all done jail time, I guess. And it's pretty much first a fight to the last one standing.
I know it's amazing. He only got like 30% of that wrong.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah,
Better than the
yeah,
35 last week.
yeah. So none of them ever went to jail.
That's debatable. We don't
Yeah.
know some details.
kid.
Well, no, he was acquitted.
The
Oh
kid
yeah,
was
that is
acquitted,
true.
The
Yeah.
kid was acquitted. No one
but
that
I
we
have
know
my
of.
suspicions about his friend.
Yeah,
The
no one that
I
we
call
know of
Evil
went to jail.
Sakamoto.
Yeah. So it's essentially they don't outwardly just say it, but it's teased that there's these flyers going around that say, who do you want to disappear? And if you write someone's name down, this organization kidnaps them and then brings them to this island where they fight in the game. So someone recommends you to go there because they hate you enough for some reason. And there's some dumb reasons with these people. Like
There
the
are
ones
also
that,
some pretty good reasons.
except for the girls, her friends are pissed because she didn't get raped.
Yeah,
and ran away to call the
I
cops.
agree with that one.
She ran away to call the cops so the cops could go save them, and they're pissed at her. Like, is there some weird cult pack that I don't know about? Like, you're supposed to.
Man.
Let's take a step back. Let's start from the beginning, and I'll describe what the show is actually about without dancing around whatever you guys. So there's an online game called Btoom, and it's not a first-person shooter. It's a first-person bomb game where you throw bombs at each other. But the company that made the game has created a real-life version. So they put up these flyers that said, hey, if you don't like someone, write their name down, and they'll disappear. And what they do is they kidnap them and put them on this island. And then, like you said, there are some pretty odd reasons, like a mother doesn't want her son to mooch off of her anymore because he's in his 20s. A doctor and a nurse are responsible for the death of a person.
Yeah. And like covering it up and
and then a lot of other reasons we'll never know because there was one season and left on a cliffhanger.
Right, which I researched, so I can go into it whenever we feel it's appropriate, but I looked into why season 2 was canceled and then how the manga finished. Because I was curious to see like what happened.
So let me ask you this. If there was a season 2, would you have watched it?
Not like religiously, but I would have at least watched the first few episodes to kind of like see where it was going.
Gotcha. What about you, Adrian?
I probably would have watched it. I looked up the manga afterwards too. Yeah. Nah, not today. Nah, it would have been like I would have needed a break because that was a lot.
He watched the anime and then went to online. He was like, manga.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see. I was like, is there a season 2? Like, what's going on with it? And I saw because it's been since 2012. So I was like, okay, there has to be something. And I was looking at the manga. I was like, I could read this, but it's not something important. So I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
There's nothing Russian.
It jumped ahead of other stuff that I would never watch a season 2 of.
Yeah, to me it fit a description that I've heard Josh say a couple times. They took a lot of good ideas and put it together, and for me that it just came out okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't god awful like we're used to, but it was okay, pretty decent.
I think the problem was.
Hang on, would you have watched a season 2? Barry, would you answer damn questions today?
I like to step around the questions, political style. Eventually, yeah. Would I have done it this month? Probably not. Maybe like a July or June time frame.
Yeah. I think if we hadn't been so oversaturated at this point with stuff that's just like it, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But even though it came out in 2012, like I had never heard of this.
Yeah.
And so I've watched so many other things that are like this, and like now with Squid Game being so popular and non-anime related, that this just felt rehashed, even though this came out before any of those.
Yeah, it's sucks for it, but it didn't get the traction. It might have started the trend.
Yeah, and again, I think this brings credence to that earlier idea I talked about last week that. There are probably enough animes that you could do a segment on, like animes that should have gotten a season 2. Mm-hmm. Good. I feel like this is another one where, again, because they ended on a huge cliffhanger of like what's going to happen. And we'll go into it later, but I'll say the manga takes the biggest fucking cop out with the way it ends.
I liked it. I would have watched the season 2. You guys know I don't particularly care for seasons. I would rather stuff be, like 26 episodes and they're done. They just tell their whole story. But I would have checked out another season.
Yeah, it was good enough. Like I liked I wish they could explain the radar thing a little bit. Like I wish when the company went, like when they were doing those flashbacks because you find out during the show that. The people behind it are the actual creators of the game. Like they're the ones that are secretly behind this whole thing. They're trying to like recreate their game in real life. So I would have loved to see how they made the radar work because I'm like, that's like such advanced fucking technology that like that's beyond a gaming company. That was the only thing that like kind of was bugging me on a weird level was just they're just a game company and they made an amazing game, but You know, like that's often if Microsoft like all of a sudden just came out and was just like, all right, guys, there's a secret island on here where Halo is real, and we've made Spartan suits, and they're all real
come
now.
on, man. Then you got to think about you've got like Apple AirTags, and it's the same kind of thing. It just pings off of each other.
Right, but like it pings in their heads. It's not like their hand tells them it's this.
Does it ping in their head, or does he? You're only seeing him seeing the pings? So maybe he just realizes it by the way his hand shakes. Because apparently, despite the fact that he lives in his mom's basement and has never talked to another person in real life, he's this amazing tactician who is this great warrior when he's pushed up against the wall, who can defeat anyone.
Yeah, he's in some great shape for somebody that hasn't been.
He's in amazing
around.
shape. Yeah, he's in amazing shape.
Okay, come on now.
When he did that, when he does that parkour move when they're trying to get up when the gas is coming and they're in that building, he just parkours up to the roof.
I think that was my biggest gripe with the whole series was Sakamoto just being such a unbeatable hero. He should have been like the dude who tried to get the girl at the beginning.
You know what's like a good what they should have done with him. So there's an anime. It's not that good, but it's called No Game No Life. I don't know if anyone has seen it at all, but the main character is like this frail piece of shit. But the anime goes into how like the reason why he's like number one at this game is because he's a brilliant tactician. Like he's like a master of chess. Like he's known for he literally plays any game and beats it first try. Like he's actually considered a genius. And they actually do flashbacks and they show him as a kid, like trying to get adopted by rich families because he's like the highest IQ they've ever seen. If they had done a little bit of that with this kid, where it was just like they did some flashback that shows that like he was like a straight A student or something like that and just became obsessed with Btoom, you'd be like, all right, I get it. You were really smart. You became obsessed. Here you are. But
yeah, it was had they done something where maybe he was more normal in high school, or maybe he was an athlete or something, and that would show you why he's still in good shape and why he's so smart and all that. And then maybe something happens and he just becomes a shut-in and gets obsessed with the game. That would have been great. But instead we got other people's pointless backstories.
Yeah, which oddly enough, they give that backstory with his friend. When they introduce his friend and they're like, and he goes back and he goes, yeah, he was great at every sport, number one in his class in every single category. And you were like, oh, okay, that's why that guy's a badass. That makes sense.
And he's handsome.
They were basically on equal footing, too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, well, it's weird, yeah. And then they go back to it. And so he's already said he's kind of that kid back in the high school. And I'm like, how did you kick the dude's ass if he's number one in everything and you straight up just whooped his ass when he slept with the girl you're interested in?
Yeah, but to be fair, he did, he sucker punched him. And if you get punched in the face and you don't expect it, you're probably going to lose the fight. A punch to the face is very rough. You know that.
I do. But I can also say
when you see it coming straight on and it's still
right. I mean I've done enough sparring where I've been kicked and punched and didn't see it and still managed to like get it together. Like if you've got enough training, you're fine.
Right, but who's to say his friend was a trained fighter? Let's say you're real good at basketball, and then someone punches you in the head from the side. You're not gonna win that fight.
All right, well, let's try it with Barry. He's not good at a lot, but I say we just try it out and we see how he reacts.
Oh, okay. I'm the test dummy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come to your house when we're doing a stream, and I'm just gonna like sucker punch you midway through a review.
Okay. Should I leave the door open or unlock?
I would,
maybe? Yeah. Okay.
I don't.
I leave it unlocked
because you're trained. We need an untrained fighter to really test this.
But we needed someone who's good at everything they do. That's
a natural athlete.
But and you just can't fight. I see Josh's point. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Look,
but there was a lot of weird.
Until they get punched in the face, and then you're just fucking laying on the ground holding your face, going, "What happened?"
I mean, let's be honest though. That he should have never got past that little kid though, because if the way they described him, he was like a badass. He was like he's murdered 3 people. He was doing all these crazy things, and somehow he got past him.
Yeah. Also, why is everyone a rapist in this anime?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy too. Even
there was so much of it.
Yeah, he
contemplated it, and he's like, "No, that's the wrong thing to do." After I did something wrong. That's right. Like, all right, sure, man. Also, how does Btoom, which is just a bomb game, so essentially like just
right.
a variation on Call of Duty, how does it have a wedding? Like,
Yeah,
I
that
first
was
I thought
odd.
it was like make believe, like
Man.
it was just in their imaginations or whatever. And then they showed that one scene. There was all these other people clapping, and I was like, how?
You've
Does
never seen the
Fortnite
update
not
for
have that?
Halo?
When you show, when you show me the number one Halo player getting married in Halo, then
That's
then-
something I did like, that he wasn't number one in the game.
No, he was number
10.
he was number 10,
I like that.
but number one in Japan.
I like that. It wasn't like everything else. Like he's just number one in the world and goes into this. I like that they kind
He
of
was
put
just
him back.
he was just number one in his country, but there was a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people, but there was a few people better than him.
Yeah, I like that. If he was number like 2 or 3, acceptable, but 10, I really like that.
Yeah, this is just me speaking as a nerd, like a gaming nerd, knowing how characters are created. When he's talking to her and he's like, "Oh, your name's Hiriko? Like that's the name of the girl that I married in the game. That's got to be you, right?" She's like, "Nope," and he's like, "Huh? Oh, she must be right. A lot of people have that username. Like, that's not how usernames work." Name me a game where that is working. That it doesn't happen like that.
I mean, Warzone technically you can use the same name. They don't change the numbers unless you actually look up your name.
Yep.
But you can use the same exact name.
That's
So
I mean, that's how Discord is. You can have 100 people with the same name, and they'll just hide all the 4-digit codes afterwards.
yeah, which is
Yeah,
strange.
So
Yeah.
boom, we just blew a hole in your theory, Mark.
I'm still saying that's a weird loophole.
Well, I mean, life's about weird loopholes. That's why there was a lawyer on the island.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a great
That lawyer
lawyer.
was psychotic.
Well, it was like everyone broke in like the dumbest ways. Like the lawyer because the kid got obsessed with the kid or whatever.
But to be fair, he saw the kid just murder his dad after he already heard all the crazy other things the kid did. The kid was messed up. He was
No,
murdering
yeah,
him,
but
then raping him afterwards.
But it's like, no offense, what did you expect? You literally got him acquitted of 3 murders that you know he did. That'd be like if the guy who Kardashian's dad who got off OJ, like then watched OJ kill another guy and was like, huh.
Maybe I
Really
shouldn't be
didn't see
doing
that
this.
coming. I should have. Yeah, I did not see that coming. It's like, yeah, you fucking did. Like,
Yeah, it's like when OJ killed those people, and then he stole back his own shirts. You know, of course he's gonna commit another crime.
yeah,
Put him in
like
jail for 37 years for stealing.
got away
his
with
own
it the first time. Like,
shit. Let me tell you guys, one of my favorite parts was the psycho kid killing his dad. I was like, he had it coming. I was so happy.
Absolutely.
yeah, they did do a good job of making some of the murders like justified. They showed like here's how much of a piece of shit this person is. But yeah, again, I just wish everything wasn't about. It was like 80% of the anime was just about rape.
Yeah, there was way too much. That was-
The second episode just came out with it. Like you thought the big dude was
Yeah.
like a nice guy and everything. I was like, okay, cool. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden he tries to rape her out of nowhere. And it's
Yeah.
like,
And then I don't know if you,
mom
and then
issues.
I don't know if you caught it, but when he's on top of her, like doing the thing, he actually says to her, "Well, the other girls didn't say no either, and that made it okay." And I'm like, "Oh, so he's a multi rapist too? Great. So that's like the third one."
Yeah. What's surprising about that though? The nurse lady that we saw later, and when she was
Yeah.
talking about don't trust men, I thought she was gonna get into another story
Yep.
about rape as well.
Yep.
I was like, oh my
I was
God.
waiting for it.
was like,
But she didn't.
finally.
So I was
Yeah.
caught off. I was like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So the dude just tried
And
to
hers
kill her.
wasn't even that bad.
Hers
like,
was
the
kinda
reason-
bad.
Well,
He
I,
tried to
It
kill
was-
her.
She lost
No.
her arm, right?
Yeah,
no,
she-
I meant like her reason for being sent to the island that the doctor fucked up, and she
Yeah.
became obsessed with the doctor, so she just tried to help him out because he told her they were in it together, and then he betrayed her.
No, you're getting too close to it. She wasn't sent to the island because of that. I'm sure she was sent to the island because someone thought she was responsible because that's what the doctor said.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, the public
wasn't
thought it
like-
was her, so someone wrote her name down or whatever.
Right, but it could have been the person's,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you don't know.
So it wasn't like what they actually did. It's just what people think they did.
Yeah, I want to know what the doctor did to get sent back a second time. Like, how bad do you have to mess up to see what happens and then go back again?
Yeah.
You know, it was for like the dumbest reason too. Like he went back to the hospital and like just told the nurse to like fuck off, and she was like, "I'm gonna fucking write your name down on this mysterious piece of paper, you piece of shit."
But man, I wanted to know more about the doctor. Like, did he leave the island? Did he actually get to leave the island, or did they just like take him up on the plane and kick his fucking ass out? And they're like,
No, he said he left because he was like, "I can't believe I'm back here again. It's been 6 months."
no.
So he left, I don't know, went somewhere, and then someone sent him back. So yeah, he clearly fucked up again, and got his name written down. I also want to know how their marketing is. Like, that's the best street marketing I've ever seen. People are just writing names down on random pieces of paper and then like doing nothing with them, and they're just finding them and then getting the people kidnapped. That is amazing.
And how do they only do 30 people? Like, how many votes do you need to get like sent to this island? Because the girl only had like 5 votes, and she got sent there. And
it was only her 2 friends or whatever.
Oh, no.
How many does
like,
Nakamoto have?
Just his mom.
He has his
Yeah,
mom.
one.
Oh,
It's
yes.
one.
Like,
yeah.
Maybe
how
2.
many do you
Yeah,
need?
but I think a lot of
Like, your about section would have to be like crazy. Like, what if I just wrote Barry's name down and I was the only vote, and under reason why I wrote "cause he's a douche," and then I just like circled it, and then like he gets picked up and sent to the island. He's like, "I don't understand what I did," and they're like, "Wouldn't it be worse if they like read it to you like as you're getting ready to jump off the plane?" They're like, "All right, Barry, you." It just says someone just thinks you're a douche. This Mark person thinks you're a douche. So have fun.
I tell you what, if I win that game, though, I'm coming back.
I don't know, man, because I feel like you might have read more about this than me, Mark, but I feel like a lot of people end up on the island because Sakamoto was there. Like they wanted the one developer dude clearly wanted Sakamoto there
To make a good show for the investors, right?
Yeah. Okay. So they kind of teased something at the end with the one developer that he was talking to, who purposely like. Okay, so I can go into it. I guess I can say this part now. So the one part of the manga that I read is that developer guy that they showed at the end on the helicopter. So he sabotaged the island on purpose in order to get a helicopter sent to the island, knowing what Sakamoto's plan is.
Yeah.
And then the manga goes over a bunch of other stuff too. So season 2, what we would have seen, because this is probably a good point to just say what happens in the manga, is his stepdad, the guy that he's always mean to, and all the flashbacks and like punching him and all that. So his stepdad gets really suspicious because he finds his mom after she tried to kill herself or whatever. So he starts researching what happened to his kid, and him and his colleagues are apparently like actually big shots, or what they used to be. So they actually find him, like they actually find the island. So his stepdad actually sends a team of people to the island to rescue his stepson.
That's a twist.
Yeah.
I didn't
If
see
they're
that
big
coming.
shops like that confuses me, because the mother was always talking about them not having money.
Yeah, well, yeah, because again, I didn't read what his stepdad used to do. I'm sure the manga probably says what he used to do. All I read is that it said is that the stepdad with a friend of his start looking into these letters to figure out where they're coming from and find the island, and then get a team together and send this team to the island to rescue his stepson. So my guess is that he's probably one of those things where he's got like a Liam Neeson past. I've got a very special set of skills, and finds the
Bob
fucking
Odenkirk.
island. Yeah. So the reason why I said the manga ends in a huge cop out is because there's actually 2 endings
Good.
in the manga.
There's
There's
never
2
enough.
books, Dark 26 and Light 26. And in the dark one,
Someone gets raped.
no, I'm sure more people do, yeah. The main dude dies. The girlfriend lives, and she goes to the headquarters of the gaming company with some of her BIMs to kill the guy that we've seen in the videos. Changes her mind, he just gets arrested and goes to jail for the rest of his life. And in the good ending, they both escape, and then she meets his parents, and blah, 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 life ends up carrying on. But what season 2 would have been also in the manga is apparently, after what we just saw in season 2, they find a group of people on the island from leftovers from the first 2 games that are secretly living on the island. Like, it was this group of people who all decided not to play the game, and they're all living together in this commune. And so him and his girlfriend find that island, and then one of the people in the isle, like one of the people in the commune, finally decides enough is enough. I'm going to kill all of you and get out of here. Starts killing everyone in the commune. The main guy escapes with one other girl. They find his girlfriend, and then the three of them, like, then that's when they get out and blah blah blah. But there's two endings.
There's always one bad apple, you know.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it's a cop out, because the manga does all that work, which it sounds like they do a really good job of building it up. Right? He finds this island. He finds this commune. It's all these people that are doing exactly what he's trying to do. Someone loses it, starts killing everyone. Blah blah blah. And then the anime was just like, no, guys, we can't. We're going to give them both endings. We're going to give them a good one and the bad one.
Yeah.
But in the bad one, the only difference is the main guy dies.
Are they like back to back that they dropped those, or did they like drop one?
It was same.
ending?
It was the same. Yeah, from what I looked at, it was they released. So the last issue released is two separate issues, one good, one bad, and they released at the same time.
Okay, same time. I was like, if they drop one and then they got like bad reviews, and they're like, oh wait, let's try this.
Let's just do the other. Oh, guys, they did not like that we killed them. We killed the main dude. Let's bring it back to life and do a good ending. Yeah, no, it was like same time.
And there's some things I like, some things I didn't like. Something I didn't get was sound.
You don't get sound?
Well, the whole anime, of course, you hear explosions, but you don't hear any bombs going off from anyone else. You got 30 people throwing fucking bombs all over this island, and you don't hear a single one in the background.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you probably
we
should
don't
have
know
seen
how
it.
many
Couple.
guys. You never
I
know.
mean, but they only have 8 total bombs, so they're probably not wasting.
Yeah, you're not.
them.
You're not throwing them a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Also-
saw some people trying to kill people without using the bombs.
That one dude with the knife killed
Yeah.
like 2 people with the knife, and
They call
also-
it knifey.
yeah. How is it that like the technology is amazing. Every bomb is sensitive to the person who has the bomb. That
Unless you
somehow
kill 'em.
triggers off when they're dead. I'm like, that's not how like fingerprints and sensing works. It doesn't know if you're alive or dead.
Yeah,
like-
it does. That's how your
Yeah.
fingerprint sensor works. It works on.
If Barry had his phone set to his fingerprint, and then I went and killed him, and then used his finger to open up his phone, it would still work.
No, if you're dead, your finger won't work. It doesn't work off of your actual fingerprint. It works on the blood vessels behind your finger.
It would still work though.
It wouldn't work. You can't unlock a phone with a dead man's hand. Face recognition, on the other hand, would work.
True. And to me, I think they covered that up pretty well because they're being watched 24/7 by a bunch of coffee addicted crackheads.
So yeah.
Which
that
also
would
where
be-
the cat? Yeah, it was the play. Yeah, I get that they're being watched, but like, I wish we could have seen a camera.
they were in the trees.
Or the drones that were flying around
Those-
constantly. I feel like there was probably some of them
You
that
did
just kept
see-
flying around.
Remember in that first episode, he tried to smack a bug down, and the bug was a camera,
Mosquito cameras.
mosquito
Mosquito
camera.
Or-
cameras, yeah.
It was the lizards.
The lizard.
Again, if with the
The lizard
advanced
should have all
technology
wearing
that this
GoPros.
video game company has, they should just like sell all their secrets to the military and
Yeah.
make
What's wrong with that?
make
That
way
potion
more
bomb?
money than this show is gonna like that. Like I wish it explained a little bit of what the end game was. Like he shows that scene
Yeah,
where they're
that's a
talking to
very
all
good
they're
question.
talking to all the other people, like the black club, so to speak, for Yu Yu Hakusho. Like they're showing all these secret people and saying like, look, this is our third try and we're getting closer to figuring out how it should work. And then you're kind of like waiting for him to explain like, and once we do that, this is gonna happen. And it was just all right, back to the island. I was like,
that's
I don't
a good
understand
point. 'Cause, like,
what's the
you'd
point of
think
any of this?
Maybe it's about money, but they said Btoom's the most successful online game.
Right,
meaning
and with
it's
that
gotta be
advanced
pulling in
technology, you
billions.
could literally just sell that technology to anyone, and they would
Well,
pay.
Who's to
like-
say they didn't buy the technology?
Well, yeah, but even so, like you
People
have
steal
enough
patents all the
money
time.
to rent an island or to buy an island that no one knows about and fly planes over it every day.
Yep,
You
dropping
know,
food and
the-
all
the-
types of supplies.
Yeah, I
That's
want to see
kinda
that flight plan. Just and what
Well,
car
the
are you
supplies
carrying?
didn't
What, yeah.
seem all the supplies
No,
were like
but
ramen and shit. so
I
that
just
didn't
want to see
seem all
that flight
expensive.
manifest. What are you carrying on this giant cargo plane? 3 metal briefcases with red parachutes. But and where are you going? Over the Pacific Ocean. Why? No reason. All right, sure, accepted. Why are you doing this every day at the same time? Who knows?
Tax write-off.
Yeah.
Experience.
I had,
He
a,
needs
I had a
experience.
question on one of
Yeah.
those though. You know how they were talking about how they were streaming it and everything. They were showing it to those like sickos and everything, but they were saying that they were going to animate it because people didn't want to see all the gore and everything. Are they only
Yeah.
showing it to those 30 people, or because I feel like they're only showing it to those 30 people? They know what they're getting into.
Right. I think it was.
Showing to other people.
Yeah, I think it was. They were only showing it to that group that he talked to in the cameras because they were still fine tuning the game.
Yeah.
So it was like they weren't like done figuring out like, hey, once we fine tune it, because the guy had said we're almost ready for the final touch. So as soon as we're done with the final touch, we can like show it or whatever to everybody.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe they're trying to syndicate it, get a whole Running Man thing going.
Right.
But they have to.
Which are the laws just way looser in this world than apparently I know about? Because how is that the only hurdle left? Is to fine tune the game. Like you've already gotten the mass murder approval, and
Well, they said they're animating it though, so people probably think it's like a cartoon. They're like, "Oh yeah, this isn't real." They're showing it like this and everything.
But
like,
I mean, what's this island? What's the jurisdiction on this island? Who owns this island?
no, on the
Cuba
island,
or
sure, but
Spain
30
or what?
counts. 30 counts of kidnapping.
Yeah.
No, there's 30 counts of kidnapping from looks like Japan. I mean,
Right.
if they can get past that hurdle.
Wait.
I mean,
Well-
is it really even kidnapping if your families and your friends like opted you to go? Like they like basically sold you away.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's like the
Yeah,
that's like the
summer camp.
definition of kidnapping is being taken against your will. Like
You
just
just
because
said-
we want Justin to like both die, if all of a sudden like someone came into the room was like, I'm taking this guy and Mark and Josh paid me to, like me and Josh are still going to jail. Like
We would be in jail.
But if he came in and said, "Hey,
Millions of
Justin,
watchers would
you
turn
want
us
to hop
in."
in my van and maybe go to like a summer camp?"
yeah, like I have candy and Justin is on camera saying, "Oh, cool," and then hops in, and then the van blows up, and then me and Josh are like, "We just miraculously survived." Then maybe we're in the clear. But
That's a good. Let me talk about what you just said about miraculously surviving. Way too many people miraculously survived.
yes,
the
these
bomb
bombs have the
blowing out in
weirdest
face.
kill ratio.
Yeah, the main character survived a lot. Like he should have died when the doctor killed him, but for some
He should have
reason-
died when he was blown off the cliff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that too. Yeah.
Also,
They're the-
how did he get down in like 30 seconds?
Gravity.
gravity does help.
Right? Well, that's the thing that I'm like, I'm sure gravity does help, but there was nothing below him but like rocks. He would have had to like jump. I don't know. It was just, he made it up way too quick. Back, he gets like blown off the cliff and she's like, oh no, he's dead. And like 10 seconds later, what'd I miss? Where's the girl?
And
Woo!
whenever
How's
they
it
were
over here,
trapped,
guys?
whenever he
Yeah.
did that parkour move, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't gas go upwards?
It does.
So
No,
them
that's the
going
special
up.
gas.
Yeah, it's like, no, yeah. No, magic gas is like heat. It doesn't travel up. Like heat doesn't travel up either. Which, okay, so this brings up a funny question. So out of the bombs that we saw, what's everyone's favorite bomb?
Oh, implosion.
The
You think the implosion
yes,
one?
by far.
Implosion looks so cool.
They
only
were-
do
it was
one
freaking
damn
cool.
time.
It was freaking cool.
The
The
implosion.
The implosion was
It was
badass.
also practical, man. It was the safest bomb to have because you know you're safe.
Yeah, that's true.
I like the remote ones if they weren't so not that destructive. I saw too many people surviving remote ones, but if I was a tactician, I would definitely want the remote ones.
Let me talk about the remote ones for a second. The fight between Sakamoto and Evil Sakamoto on the beach, when the dude had booby trapped the cases with fucking like all of his remote bombs.
Yeah.
Why did he
Yeah.
put so many bombs down?
Yeah,
Well, I mean-
yeah, I love it. I've made my stand here. Why?
I guess
Why
he
was this
assuming
the
he was
place
gonna
that you're
take the
making a
other person's
stand?
bombs.
Like,
Like,
you
I
know he's
don't
going for
get
the case.
it.
Put one under the case.
The way he did was
Wasn't as
smooth.
smart
How
as
he hit
him.
it. When he hit it in his shirt and like grabbed it with his mouth, I'm like, man, this guy's smooth. I just hope he kills Sakamoto and we have a new main character. And just
You
have
wanted a
hope
whole
for it.
Junie Tyson thing.
I
There's a
did.
new main character every 20 minutes for no reason, and you didn't like any of them.
Yeah.
His name was Oda, right?
There was just
Yeah, Oda.
his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
The
friend's
long
name was
hair.
Oda, yeah.
I wish we knew more about him because after he kind of left, we kind of didn't see him again. And I was like, okay, y'all just let him go away with the food, and then never brought him up again.
Yeah, they
Kinda
just showed like
Him and the chick eating.
Yeah, him and the chick. Yeah,
And the chick
Which-
was all. I hated her. Like,
God,
oh,
so
get over her.
annoying.
Yeah, she
This
killed
food is
that woman
burnt.
for no reason.
Bitch, shut up.
Yeah,
Like,
like
this food is burnt. Yeah, we're on Murder Bomb Island. Deal with it.
Yeah,
Shit's
but
gonna be
correct-
burnt. Nothing's
correct
gonna
me
be
if I'm
burnt
wrong
here.
though. Wasn't she the same girl that pushed the dude over that said he was gonna protect her?
I thought
She
that girl
pushed
had
him,
short
man.
hair, but I could be wrong.
I swore that. Yeah, did it? I thought it was. I thought it was the nurse who
Was it
killed
the
him.
nurse?
I thought it
No.
was the nurse because they were
Well-
like they were doing that flashback of the doctor making her kill people. So I thought it was maybe a thing of that.
I just thought it was that girl because it was in the same episode that they showed her later on. So I was like, oh, that must be the
Oh.
same. That must be the same
It could have
girl.
been.
Yeah, but
How did she?
Okay.
Did they explain how she survived the stun gun?
they
The
said it
grown-
was losing voltage.
Yeah,
It was getting
Oh.
weaker.
and stun guns are non-lethal. So that's
Okay.
how she
That's
survived.
correct.
So,
Yeah.
so we got
well,
implosion bombs, so we don't have chargers. Is that-
Right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true.
Yeah.
We have implosion bombs, but we don't have chargers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also love the they did that Squid Game thing where they're all on the plane and they're all asking questions and he's like, "We've set the stun guns up higher. Now we're gonna like try to kill you guys if you don't like. Really, you're gonna just start killing them as they're on the plane because they're pissed that they're on the plane."
Like that's the product. You don't kill the product.
Right. Especially when there's only 30 of them. Like Squid Game, there was some redundancy built in. We're like, we brought in a few extra to where we can kill some. This was like, all right, we got 30 people. We've planned this out. How many did we kill on the plane? Like 7. So this is going to be a really short game this round, guys.
Yeah, they kept hinting at the thing about them might missing the island too. I wonder if anyone actually did miss an island. They were like flying over the island. They're like, push them out now, or they're gonna miss the island when they parachute down.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that too. What do we do with him? Shove him in the parachute and toss him overboard. They're automatic. Like, that really doesn't solve all of your issues. Just saying that they open automatically when the person's unconscious.
Yeah. You
another
just
issue.
gave him the world's biggest concussion. You
Yeah.
know?
And then you're just like, whatever.
You really want him to be a competitor. You might want to check him out first.
Putting all my money on this guy right
Did they
here.
explain why he was out cold though? Because he wasn't the guy that was stunned. Did they ever explain why he was out cold?
Yeah, he got
I might
stunned
have
in the
missed that.
head.
He got
Did he
stunned in
get
the back
stunned?
of the head. Yeah,
I might have
they
missed that one.
they flash back to the plane
Look it
when he meets the fat dude, the older dude, Kira or whatever.
Tagasan?
Yeah, they flash back to him because he's like, "Why are we all here?" And he explains like, "How do you not remember?" And then he goes, "Oh, this is why." And it's because on the plane when they all kind of shut up, the main character stands up and like, because he knows the creator of the game because he used to be a bug developer for him. And you see him on the plane, he's like yelling, blah blah blah, and then he gets tackled and stunned in the back of the head. And that's why he doesn't like
Oh.
remember anything.
Yeah, 'cause I just only remember the other guy that got stunned. I was like, basically like, no, we don't want to do this, and you can't make us do this. And they stunned him in the back.
Well,
I just remember
yeah.
him.
you know, next time, be more prepared. Don't just watch it all in one day. I thought the fat guy Tiger Son, I thought there was going to end up being something more about him. Like I felt like there were hints that he was, in on it or something, that there was more going on than just what he was saying he was. But no, he wasn't. He was just a loser.
There's no old man Squid Game tactics going
No.
on.
And maybe that's why. Maybe I just wanted some Squid Game tactics.
Yeah, I wanted Squid Game. I wanted Darwin's Game. I wanted a lot more violence. I feel like, especially with all the explosions, there should have been a lot more violence. Should have been a lot more deaths than there were.
There should
There
have
was too many
been.
people getting away.
I think there
Yeah.
should have been 99% less rape, and they should have replaced it with explosions.
Yes, because
I think that would have made things better for me.
Yeah, because I mean, at first I was like, okay, I get them trying to show fan service, but then I'm like, the fan service doesn't have to turn into rape every time though. Like that's not fan service anymore. You're actually turning people off now. Like y'all are doing a little too much.
Yeah. Again, there was plenty of good parts, but it was constant loopholes that were like, that's weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
What
I didn't
happened to
get-
the whole? If they? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good.
No, don't you ever stop talking just because Barry's talking.
Yeah.
You can
We
interrupt
talked
him
about this
whenever you
earlier.
want.
Just
We
cut me
encourage it.
off. Keep going.
So you know how they were talking about the radar, how you could cancel out if y'all go radar at the same time and y'all both radar. How come when they were running down the hill and everybody was going for the box at the same time and everybody was radaring, how come nobody was getting canceled out in that moment?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you think they could cancel each other out, it's just whether or not they wanted to, but I guess maybe they didn't time. You know, when you're fighting an evil version of yourself, it's really hard to time that.
I mean, I guess, but I feel like everybody's just hitting the button at the same time over and over and over and over using their fingers. I feel like a lot of them should have canceled out instead of being able to just keep going. I don't know.
Also, can we have gotten more of like his ultimate badass mode where he's just like flat out doing whatever is necessary to kill people? We got it for like 30 seconds and he was like, "Oh god, what have I done? Never doing that again." I'm like, "Yeah, let's never be a badass again. Let's just..."
Yeah, I like that guy.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, he
came
should
this close to killing that kid.
Yeah,
that kid
he should,
needs
that's
to
what I'm
die.
saying.
That kid needs to die. All right, like, I'm sorry. Like, there's good and there's redeemable, and then there's like, no, you should legit just get killed in a giant explosion. You're like, you can't be fixed.
No.
Yeah, he kept trying to blame it on his dad too. He was like, "Oh, my dad did this." I was like, "Your dad didn't make you kill 3 people, then rape them after you killed them."
No.
Yeah, like they showed what his dad did, and I'm like, that's bad.
That's
like
fucked up.
that's bad, and definitely, it's bad and fucked up, and your dad should go to jail. But it really doesn't justify you raping again, more rape. I love too how that they had to give in the little necrophilia there. They're like,
The murder.
he killed and raped 3 women. Isn't that usually the other way around? Why are we explaining this? Why are we giving the detail of what this kid did? I get it. He's a murderer that killed 3 people because also, how does his dad not end up in jail when the son's acquitted because of abuse? So it's proven abuse, right? Because you're acquitted. The kid's acquitted for self-defense or like for mental defect or whatever. So they've proven abuse. So Japan doesn't charge him.
Maybe
Yet the dad's not in jail.
Maybe it was something about him going to counseling.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the dad was messing. He grabbed his son by the balls. That's kind of like
that's a
kind of
weird
crazy
thing to do.
Yeah. When I saw, they were like, "Oh, boom!" He just grabbed his
and then he's like,
"What are you doing?"
Yeah, and then he's like, "You need special attention." I'm like, I swear to God, if we get rape again,
Yeah,
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Like, blow this dude up. I can't do it.
Right. So yeah, and I'm glad it was an implosion bomb because that was like the best way to do it. Those fire bombs sucked though. When that one guy at the end all of a sudden starts chucking those like fire bombs.
Or like the cross ones.
Yeah, and
well, it was and I was like, that seems easy to dodge.
I mean,
and they just ran through the fire anyway, so it was like
I know.
Fire doesn't
And they just
that.
so I only know this because I was just watching this YouTuber called Mr. Ball, and he does all these like horror related things, and he just did a video on how when you're jumping from a high height, if you don't jump feet first, you don't break the surface tension of the water right, and you break every bone in your body. That's why crazy people who jump from high height, you have to go feet first. If you're even 1 degree off, you shatter every bone. They're leaping off the top of giant cliffs head first. That would kill them on impact.
Well, the other thing is, like, if you are jumping, you have to clench your butthole at the last minute, or the water will shoot in and pulverize your insides.
That is true. That's also true. It's a
Sure
proven
sounds
thing.
like a good Tuesday to me.
Yeah, but the other thing, like those bombs, the Bomberman bombs that had that fire cross, they seemed like the worst bomb, but you just have to, I don't know. I don't see how they would be all that effective. You just have to get lucky. Well, why didn't they just spread out? Like in Bomberman 64.
If you're in like close quarters, I guess, if you like chuck it down the hallway and then dip out.
Like I feel like I would be angry if I'm like the one guy that ends up with those homing bombs, because not only do they keep mentioning how weak they are in comparison to everything else, the dude flat out was just knocking them out of the air with a lead pipe and was like, as long as they're farther enough away from me, it's not going to do any damage. Like, you wake up on the island, you're like, oh, it's like this game. Don't worry, I'm really good. Oh, fuck this. Like, all right, I'm dead.
The
I got
homing
this
bombs,
bullshit.
yeah. Well, they had to, man, because if they were as good as the other ones, if they were as powerful as the
Yeah.
other ones, they'd be by far the most OP bombs.
Oh yeah, they easily, because you could just like sit on top of a cliff and be like, and fuck you, and like I think it's smart, like it was 8, so they need 8 things to get off. They're given 8 bombs. Theirs is included. I was waiting for the twist at the end when like a guy shows up with like 6 and he's like, or with 7 or whatever, and he's like, I didn't get an 8th one, but I got 7. That's what we needed, right? And they just kill him. They're like, all right, now we have 8. Like,
I just wish that they had a more like they restocked the bombs. I feel like that could have brought in so much more if they restocked it somehow. If they can do everything else with technology, why can't they restock the bombs and constantly? Especially since they're watching everybody.
Yeah.
Because
That's the thing. They can drop a crate of food. Can't they put a bomb in there?
with and really limited food. Why does everything have to be ramen?
and there was a lot of
There's
candy
other
in there,
foods.
Ramen's
So-
cheap,
But that's the thing. You have all this advanced technology. You clearly have bought this island, but you can't spring for like actual fucking food.
Well, to be fair, like ramen, it's not good for you, but it's packed with a lot of calories, so it gives you a lot
That's
of
true.
energy.
That is true.
They didn't really need to do that because people started just catching fish and everything anyway. So it's not like they really needed to get the. I thought this was whole survival
Yeah,
thing.
I was kind of wishing we had seen more of that. Like
The fishing?
people using people using the bombs in creative ways and not just like as traps to kill people. Like you saw one in the beginning, they threw a bomb in the water and they got a bunch of fish and they grilled a bunch of fish or whatever. And then it was like everyone just gave up on using the bombs in any way. They were like, no, we're just gonna kill people now.
I think it was
Yeah.
more of like, well, we only have 11 episodes left. We got to stop fucking around.
That too, yeah. Which
But
also
to be
makes the
fair,
question.
yeah, I'm with you. I wish after the first episode they all would have just fished.
Yeah.
It would have
But
been
also-
turned into a fishing anime.
So they show that at the end, like they show the kid in like a building with like 4 other people. Who's trusting this kid?
Yeah. I mean, you saw the other dude trust the kid again. I mean, at first he looked harmless because he didn't have bombs and everything. And if you just see a little kid and you don't know his backstory, you're like, yeah, kid, let's go. Come on, let's help it out. And then you start hearing him talk. You're like, oh, wait, no, this guy's fucked up.
Yeah,
You-
especially because you're like, wait, what happened to your bombs? Like
Right.
that'd be my first question if I ran into like a kid on the island with bombs. I'd be like, where did your bombs go? And this might just be a plot hole, but like since we all know how the manga ended, how do these guys with cameras everywhere not know that there's a secret group of people living on the island that are refusing to play?
Oh, they
like-
knew.
But I was gonna say, like, if that kept happening, like, what is this gonna be like? It's like season 10, they're all on the island, and there's like a bunch of buildings in the distance. You're like, oh, what's that? And you're like, oh, that's the town of the non-fighters. And you're like, wait, what?
I mean,
Yeah, I was like, that's the 5 people from every round that are refusing to play.
they would
Like,
just
oh,
send
I
the
could just go
Komodo
live on
dragons
an
that
island
way.
paradise.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Like, eventually, you feel like if that group got large enough, they would then be the largest group and just could convince everyone not to play. Like, there's so many, like, when they said, like, we're fine-tuning one more aspect of the game, like, you have a lot of holes if there's people on the island that are content to live there.
I wish we would have saw more wildlife as well. The only thing you saw was the Komodo dragons, which were
Yeah.
very dangerous, and that was
Yeah,
about it.
And, like, I know Komodo dragons are dangerous and they will attack humans, not when bombs are going off.
Yeah.
There's not a
Somebody
lot
should
of
have used that to their advantage.
There's not
Like,
a
if
lot
you-
of wild animals that would be like, oh, cool, food, giant explosion thrown by the food. Nah, I'm still gonna go for that. Like,
I'm surprised no one ate them. I want to know what Komodo dragon tastes like.
right, yeah, that one dude, like, they killed like a bunch of them with bombs, and they were like, all right, God, we're starving. There's like that animal down there that you killed
You
Giant
can't.
lizard.
No.
that's
I mean,
covered in meat.
you can't eat Komodo dragon.
Are they poisoned?
Have you tried?
So they're not poison. So here's there's something I like when it bit what's his face, the Komodo dragon bit the fat dude. He got sick. Komodo dragons aren't poison, but their saliva is so filthy that it might as well be poison. Like if one bites you, you have to get your wound cleaned professionally very quickly, or you're going to get an infection.
But you don't
They're
have to
just-
eat the head, though. You can just
don't.
cut that
Couldn't
off.
Couldn't it be like the puffer fish kind of thing where if you cut it, like if you just cut like the pure meat, you should be fine? Like puffer fish is a toxic fish, but if you cut out the right part, you can eat it.
I don't know enough about it, but I know you're not supposed to eat Komodo dragon.
Right, but yeah, like here, I'm curious now.
Yeah, I want to know.
Someone's
somebody
had to
has
have
tried it.
someone's had to have tried.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I'm on it, guys. Don't worry.
I'm already way
There's a
faster than
zoo.
you.
Komodo dragon.
Tulsa Zoo is right down the street. I will go find this out.
Yeah,
for
you
research.
you can eat one if you wanted to. Their flesh isn't poisonous, but their saliva is because they have a toxic bite. Yeah, so it's you can eat them.
They just got
Yeah.
some stanky ass
Go for
breath.
Yeah, so you can eat one. It's just you'd have to make sure that you're not eating anywhere near the head. So you'd have to eat like just pure like back meat.
I'll
Eat
stick
that
to the
Komodo
fish.
butt.
Yeah, right off the butt.
Komodo ass.
Right off the butt. You're gonna eat one way or the other. All right, should we review it? Want to do the reviews?
I've
Yeah.
been doing a review for 51 minutes.
The final rating, you douche.
Oh, okay.
So Barry, go ahead. Start us off. Get
Start
this
us
going.
off. I said earlier, there's some things I like, some things I didn't like. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible. All in all, I'm trying to find a good place in the middle. I'll give it a B plus. That's where I'm at on this.
That's a middle rating to you.
Well, when I see a C on a report card, I think, wow, I fucked that one up. But if I see a B, it makes me feel a little better. And like the more we talked about it, the more I would actually want to watch a season 2 just to answer some plot hole questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a B plus. We'll stick with B plus.
Well,
Joe, a watcher says, based on what I'm going to go with, wouldn't recommend.
let me.
But who knows if that means the
let
anime or eating Komodo ass? There's so many.
me give my rating too, because I also gave it a B plus, but I gave it a B plus because I liked it quite a bit, and had we had considerably less rape, it probably would have been an A to me. I liked it a lot. I think the animation was kind of garbage, kind of that in between before they started doing good animation time. But I liked the plot. It had some good pieces to it. I really liked the idea of Btoom, like the game where you just use bombs.
Right. I would actually love to play like a PC game
love
like
to
that
play
where you just run around with different bombs and like that sounds like a lot of fun.
I'd love to play that on a console because consoles
yeah.
are better. But eating Komodo.
Eating Komodo, you
donuts.
donut. I mean, hey, I don't know, man. Based on what you said in my stream yesterday.
But yeah, I gave it a B plus because I liked it a lot. And yeah, I would have loved to see season 2. Had there been a season 2 out, I would have watched it in our accelerated time frame of 1 week.
All right, so there is actually a Btoom video game for phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not what you it's literally them recreating the show in a video game. Not an actual like video game. But I'm sorry. So it's a B plus from Barry.
Both of us.
B plus from you. How do you want to do this next one? I guess I'll go. We usually save the guest for last. I'm again. There was good moments to it, stuff that could have been better fleshed out, but for what it was, they did a pretty solid job of it. I feel like again, it would get a higher rating if unfortunately it didn't have the fact of me feeling like it was oversaturated at this point. But I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a B plus too. It's good for what it is, and for people who kind of like that type of anime, like a sword art or stuff like that. It's definitely up there. Like it's at, it's on par. So I'd give it a B plus. I mean, it's not cracking my top 10 but I'd say it's somewhere in like the top maybe 30.
I could recommend it to someone who
It's
like
12
this kind of
episodes. It's 12 episodes. Like if someone's new to anime, you're like, hey, check this out. It's 12 episodes.
Well, probably
why
not
not?
someone who's new to anime.
Yeah, that's too much rape for a new guy.
Yeah. Let me ask one question before we have Adrian do review. Would you guys consider this isekai?
No.
No? You think they actually have to be in the game for it to be isekai?
Well, I think Isekai, you have to go either into a game or to a new world. You have to go and get reincarnated or go somewhere else.
When they're
Not be
kind
in
of
the
in a
same
new
place.
world.
But they're still on
Place they've never
Earth,
been.
though.
Is it Earth? We don't know.
Okay.
It's,
You're right.
it's Earth 32. Or-
So, Adrian, where would you rate this at? Where would you put this?
See, all y'all giving it a B plus make me rethink my grade because I gave it a C plus. I was like,
you don't have
No,
to.
no, yeah, no, yeah. You,
I was
you
like,
yeah.
hold up.
You got to give it your honest rating because
Yeah,
again, Barry gave Your Name an A.
So,
If you're
I
not
mean-
honest with us, we'll never invite you back.
I
It's
mean,
true. Honesty is the number one thing.
Let's look. We're here for two reasons. One is anime. The other is honesty.
Okay. Well, yeah, I give it a C plus because I'm someone that's not big on plot holes and things just jumping around. Like that shouldn't have happened. That didn't make sense. But main character protagonist just gonna make it happen. So I didn't like that aspect. The aspect of too much rape and, like I said, not enough death. Because it's like if you're gonna go that route, either go fully or don't go that route because you're like kind of half-assing it at that point. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's valid.
I wanted to see more blood. I wanted to see more death. If we're going like that, that's the only reason I can't give it. Maybe if I saw season 2, maybe if I read the manga and I had all those like little holes and they plugged in the holes and I understood, I'm like, okay, cool. But if I can't understand it, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm trying to I didn't know there wasn't a season 2, so I got done watching it. So I'm trying to watch it as I'm pretending that they answer all the questions, like they actually do the shit they're supposed to do. But I guess the reason why it got canceled was because even though the views did well, like when it launched, like the ratings on TV or whatever did really well, but then when they released the Blu-ray and the DVD, I guess those were super bad. So they didn't make any money off of the actual media sales for it. So they decided it was.
That's the thing, guys. When a television program airs, it's essentially just a long commercial for you to buy the DVD or the digital version.
Yeah. And I can kind of understand why it didn't do that well because on that standpoint, if that was their banking, it's too short. Because if I watch 12 episodes of something, I'm not going to go out and spend $20 on it.
You don't want that Toonami rerun over and over and over and over.
Oh, this ain't going on Toonami, guys.
Yeah. No, God, yeah.
It's that 2 a.m. special.
Jeez. I don't think they would even risk airing it at 2 in the morning. They'd be like, there's just... We packed in too much rape in 12 episodes, which maybe is also part of your problem. Like Absolutely. You're like, hey guys, you want to buy this anime DVD? I mean, it wasn't that bad. Wait, is that the rape one? I mean, I don't know about that. Didn't you guys have rape in every other episode?
I hate that you say it, but yeah, I think I'll probably think of this as the rape one.
Yeah, like Golden Boy was bad in the sense that he did all those really dirty
weird
things,
things.
Yeah, those weird toilet things and stuff. But you were like, all right, whatever. He's just a pervert. Whatever. This was flat out every single person was a rapist. Or apparently the guy's like, yeah, I'm an ex-mercenary. And I'm like, yeah, okay. That was fun. I'm like, all right, I guess. And then he's just like, there's plenty of ways to torture people without doing what you're thinking. I'm like, and here we go.
Yeah. And I don't know how he lost, by the way, either, because she just came over and jumped on him. And it's like, you're a mercenary and you couldn't take a NEET and a high school girl.
Yeah. And this will be the last thing that I say because it was just, I understand that the one bomb the doctor threw didn't go off because the one dude wasn't dead. So therefore the doctor couldn't activate it. And I was like, I'm on par with that. Why did it have to go directly into her tit to then bounce back? Do we need the slow motion bounce back? Really?
And then how did the nurse survive? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
What the fuck's going on with these bombs?
And she was unscathed. She just came back up like nothing was wrong. She's like, oh, yeah.
I feel like some of these bombs had to be fake. They're just filled with glitter and shit.
That I showed in that watch. Yeah. And
that
again,
a good twist, though. Some of your bombs are fake.
That would have been really good. Out of your 8, one's a dud, and you don't know which one.
You're playing roulette with bombs.
I would have loved to have one person on, get one of every type. If they open up their pack and they had one of every type, I think that could have been cool.
It's just the extras that they had, and they just throw it in a box.
Right. Like, yeah. Like, again, if you took away all the rape and you did the exact same backstory with everybody else, minus all of the rape, you can keep the one backstory with the girl, right? Her friends got raped, not her, and that's why they're mad at her. You keep that, right? That's a good plot hook. You get rid of all the other rape, and that's like an A anime right there.
I agree.
I don't know. You got to fix those plot holes too. But did we see every type of bomb? Because like, with there being 30 people there, and there only been a few types of bombs, I feel like they could have did more
8.
with the bombs as well.
Yeah, did we? There were supposed to be 8 types, right?
Did they say there was 8 types? Because all I remember is them saying that it was based on the bombs in the game, but they never showed what.
Didn't Sakamoto say there were 8 types in the game?
Oh, maybe he did. It's okay. We saw. So we'll do this, and then we'll get the recommendations and spin the wheel. So we saw the implosion bomb, the crackers, the timers, the homing ones, the fire, the remote detonators. That's 6.
Did you already do the gas ones?
Oh yeah, okay. So gas ones. That's 7. Was there another one that we saw, or were those it?
What were the round ones?
Crackers.
Those are the crackers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Yeah, so maybe there's one we haven't seen. Because his friend Oda threw crackers at him.
It's
They
the
each
explosive
threw a cracker
diarrhea
at each
bomb.
other. I thought the gas ones were good, but I'm also wondering, like, how did they not kill more people? Like, that went so far when she threw that one in the woods. And, like, nothing... Yeah, like, nothing happened to it except that one corpse. Head fell off. And I'm like, all right, well...
Yeah,
I wanna know
That's that, I guess.
I want to know what's in that gas. 'Cause it was like destroying trees, leaves, everything. Everything.
Again, their technology is amazing. Like this video game company could start a small war and be like, guys, we got this.
So I think I think that was the point. Like all those people watching, I think this was the point to sell them this
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cases if we're going to talk technology. Surviving explosions, toxic gas, lizards.
No. It's the same technology like the fridge in Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's the same concept. It doesn't matter what happens to it as long as it's a metallic object. Nothing can touch it. That's how.
No, that was lead. It was a lead fridge.
Yeah. But that's flat physics. That's just physics. Explosions can't get past metal. That's physics. So that's case closed.
Is this the
gems?
first
The
time
gems
someone-
too.
Yeah,
This-
the gems. I love that too. Like the bombs are blowing up under someone, and not only are they completely intact, the gems just like perfectly solid.
Yeah, especially after that nurse, it blew up her arm, but the gem just stayed there perfectly fine. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
he just
nice.
picks it up. Also, I understand that they're watching everyone, but they keep saying, "We get 8 gems and we call in the helicopter." How the fuck are you calling in anything?
Radar.
Radar.
But that's not going to do anything to the people. Like, I understand if they were like, you get 8 gems, and then we come and like we're watching you. So as soon as someone gets 8 gems, we're going to come pick you up. I'm fine with that. But they kept saying we're going to call the helicopter. Where the fuck are you calling it from?
Hey,
They already know where to
Sakamoto
go.
had a huge concussion. Get off his back.
No, but not only him. They were all saying it. I think even the doctor said it. Like that he was going to.
Everyone got free iPhones just for joining this game.
And it only your cell phone only can dial one number, and it's to the guy in the helicopter who just comes and picks you up.
But they're on the honor system, so they can't just call and say they have them.
Yeah, because they're watching the whole time. It's just 30 guys calling the helicopter guy. We all got 8 gems. Wait, what? See, what I thought it was going to end, because I realized that they just said when you get 8 gems together, you call us and we pick you up. What if 8 people just got together and were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? All right, none of us are killing each other. All right, we've got 8 gems. Like technically, you're not wrong. You've all got 8 gems.
Yeah, they'd be like, "You busted us on a technicality. Let's all go home."
Oh, you sons of bitches.
They said they were gonna try that because the 8 gems are only supposed to work for one person, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna all go there. We're gonna show up, get the helicopter, and just overtake the helicopter, and we're all gonna leave."
Yeah, which there's one flaw in that plan.
Nobody knows how to fly a helicopter.
Right. If the plan backfires and you kill the helicopter pilot, none of you know how to fly a helicopter.
You don't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, that's when Sakamoto secretly goes, guys, what you didn't know is that the one game I am number one at is Helicopter Simulator. So I fucking got this.
I have over 40,000 hours of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Whenever Btoom does an update, I play Helicopter Simulator. So, guys, don't worry. I got this shit. All right.
Something else we didn't sell high enough is this is the first time someone else gets to see the wheel with us live, right?
No.
We've never had another guest on for a review.
Yes,
Have
we
we?
have. Ash.
Yeah.
Ash
Ash
is
came
everywhere
on, yeah.
and yet
It's
nowhere at the same time.
Yeah. So,
For our
Adrian,
Berserk
you got
review.
what are 2 animes you want to recommend? Now, if it's already on the wheel, I will tell you that so you can recommend something else
You won't know.
because I'm not going to scroll through everything, so there's a good chance I won't look. There's 75 on here right now. We're really trying to get to 100, but I'll give you 2.
All right. Grimgar, Ashes, and Illusions.
Okay, I know that's not on there.
Yeah.
How do I Grimgar? What?
Ashes and Illusions.
Ashes and Illusions. Okay.
Yeah.
I see Mark reading this every single night to himself.
This is my bedtime story. I just read the wheel over and over again. All right, what's the second one?
I'm gonna throw a sports one out there. Prince of Tennis.
Okay, I've never actually finished it, so
Is that the one that's getting the remake?
shut up.
I don't know. I don't know if it's getting
I don't know,
a
maybe.
remake.
All right, and then just because I like torturing both of these guys, do you have any bad ones you want me to throw on here?
No.
Like one bad one?
No.
I
Bad one.
Keep
You
in
have
mind
to
we
give
already
me a
did
second.
Berserk.
I have to go look for it. I'm not sure.
we already did Bubblegum Crisis, so we've done a
Do
lot
record
of
of
bad.
Ragnarok.
Season 2 when it comes out. No, I always just ask out of hilarity if someone just knows of a bad one because due to the randomness of the wheel, we've had to watch a few clusters.
Yeah. But we also got to watch Welcome to Jabari Park.
Right, which easily cracked everyone's fucking top 5.
Well, if you want a bad one, just to throw on there, just to torture yourself, throw on World's End Harem.
Which one?
World's End Harem. It came out this season.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, World's End what? What was that last word?
Harem.
Fan
World-
service.
Yep, lots of it.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's on there. All right, let me
Great. I want people to know I watched that.
Yep. You don't
Put
have a
that on the
choice.
resume.
Yeah.
One of those family-friendly animes.
All right. So let's find out what we have to review in 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Which we'll talk. Okay, we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Come on, Dragon Ball Z.
Shit. I don't know what that is. I was really excited for Rave Master. I haven't seen Rave Master in like 20 years, and it's fucking good.
Kimatsu no Yaiba.
I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna go look it up. While I'm looking it up, Josh, you want to tell everyone what we're doing the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, we got some big stuff coming up, guys.
Oh, that's what it is. Fucking me.
Next week, we've got the guys from Trapped in Anime on. We're going to talk about our 3 favorite anime villains of all time. Fuck, Mark. And then the week after that, we've got round 3 of our Dad's Anime Stash Trivia Contest.
With me
We're
as the
returning
host.
champion Michael and some new challengers. We got Mark finally hosting.
Mm-hmm.
We'll finally have one of our anime dads win it with me on there.
We can hope. We have not won our own trivia contest yet, so we're crushing it right
Josh
now,
got
guys.
close at one time.
Oh,
He beat me by 1 point.
yes, but as we learned from Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious, it doesn't
Family.
matter if you win by an inch or a mile. A win's a win.
That's beautiful.
Exactly. And on that note, the reason why I didn't know what that name was is because whoever recommended it to us didn't give us the English translation of the name, which is Demon Slayer.
Oh,
That's
So-
fantastic.
So whoever recommended it just gave us the Japanese name to be a dick. That's Demon Slayer. So it's Demon Slayer season 1.
Okay, that's
Is
fine.
what we're going to be reviewing in 3 weeks. Season 2 is airing right now, but I don't think it's finished. So just because Demon Slayer is relatively like crazy popular at the moment, I'd like to challenge us to not just watch Demon Slayer, but watch the movie. So the movie is what takes place between season 1 and season 2.
Hang on, guys. I got a Digimon evolving.
Yeah.
I mean, but the movie is the first 3 episodes of the second season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but it came out like way before or whatever. Like, So that's why I'm going to challenge us. Watch Demon Slayer season 1 and then watch the movie because that's the beginning of season 2. And because season 2 is currently airing, it's relevant. So I think we should at least do that.
Is it going to be relevant in 3 weeks when we get around to it?
I think it'll finish airing in 3 weeks because season 2 is currently going on right now, but it's not done yet.
Yeah, I think by the time y'all do that, it's gonna be close to being done.
It's either going to be done or it'll have like 1 episode left. So us at least being able to watch the first like 3 episodes of season 2 is a good kind of like, here's what we thought about season 1 and so far season 2, crazy good.
But more importantly, hey Josh, did you finish the Gatomon evolution?
The Gatomon evolution.
Yeah, wasn't that the one you started last? Are you on a new one already?
Yeah, I'm on Angoromon now.
There you go.
Gatomon
You're a
was
champion.
Gatomon or Tailmon, as some of us know her. It's an edited dim of the Renamon card, so she only has 3 ultimate evolutions. So that was pretty quick.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's
couldn't
gonna
go sleep unless I
swear to
found
God,
out. So.
I'm going to punch you. Adrian, you want to I swear to God, man.
Barry, if you say one more word,
We're going to kill you. I have shit to do before I go to sleep. I got to wake up early and drive 2 hours.
hey Adrian, where are you?
Yeah, plug your show, man.
Okay, you can find us anywhere like on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any podcasting thing at the Ath Geeks Podcast. That's about it. Search it on Google, you'll find it.
Hey, do you want to tell us what your podcast is about?
Yeah. What is your show?
As you can see with the name, the Ath Geeks, we're about sports and anime. We mix them together. Our little slogan is where athletes and geeks collide. So that's why we just kind of mash together and we just go together. So we focus mainly about, professional sports, NBA, NFL. We go into boxing, UFC every once in a while, things like that. And then,
Oh man, there's a big sport thing coming up, isn't there?
There is. Yeah. There is, yeah. A sports ball thing.
Yeah.
The sport ball, yeah.
Sport ball, yeah. Sport ball.
Yeah, so that's where we like to go. We like to collide the 2 universes. I'm more on the geekdom side. My co-host is more on that athlete side, so we just kind of mix it together.
That's pretty nice. We tried to get a guy who's into sports into anime, and we failed miserably.
Yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best they got. A retired MMA fighter. That's the best we're gonna get.
Yeah, I've seen 9 times out of 10 that's not how it goes. It doesn't go well. They're like, nah. The most they'll do is probably like a Dragon Ball Z. Outside of that, they won't go further than that.
Yeah, no, I can safely say out of the few gyms that I trained out of, there wasn't a whole lot of we watch anime in our spare time, and then there was just me. And I was like, oh right, yeah, there's that one guy who trains who's just super fucking nerdy, and then everyone else is just all aggro.
It's cool though,
It's
because
true.
at least there's some nerds.
It's
Used
true.
to be none.
There's some. That's true. So make sure, like we said, Barry will make sure to post a link. So make sure you go ahead and check out the Ath Geeks podcast and go ahead and show them the same love. And with that, it'll wrap up this episode of Dad's Anime Stash. So make sure you very carefully sneak back into your dad's room, put that stash right back under his bed, and go to our Facebook page at Dad's Anime Stash and our YouTube. And make sure you like and subscribe on any platform. And we'll see you guys next week when we discuss our 3 top anime villains of all time. So have a good night.